First at 10, a community is shaken and searching for answers tonight. A flurry of gunfire leaves 5 dead and 2 seriously injured. Good evening, I'm Russell Kinsall. Thanks for joining us. Police tell First Alert 4 all of the victims are related, calling this a targeted mass shooting. Tonight, 2 suspects, ages 15 and 16 years old, are in custody, accused of a mass killing. Illinois State Police say the shootings span multiple scenes, including a public housing complex and a park. Our Jordan Burrell brings us the latest after spending the day in East St. Louis talking with neighbors.
Are you calling this a mass shooting, even though it happened at multiple different locations, different times?
Because they're all related and because of the definition of what a mass shooting is and also the proximity, but because of one common connection and the way this has unplayed, it may be appropriate to characterize it as a mass shooting.
Illinois State Police say 7 members of the same family were targeted Sunday morning in shootings across 3 locations in East St. Louis. 5 relatives were killed, 2 others survived and are hospitalized with serious injuries.
You can look at the family relationship and the relationship to the suspects that have been apprehended, and you can see that it was focused on this particular family.
One of the suspects is related to
Correct.
one of the victims.
At least one of them, correct.
Police tell us here at Gumpers Public Housing Complex is where at least one of those shootings took place. We spoke to some of the residents here who say early this morning they saw a body outside one of their dumpsters. ISP says 1 victim was found near 39th and Summit, 3 others were killed at the Gompers Public Housing Complex, and another victim died at Jones Park. The 2 others were shot there but survived. Police say no bystanders were injured. A 15 and a 16-year-old were taken into custody at Frank Holton State Park after officers performed a pit maneuver on the car the suspects were driving. When you hear it's 2 16-year-olds that are the suspects, what is that like?
Very sad. It's very sad, very sad. It makes you wonder, like, what would make them do such a thing? And that's where I'm at with that. Like, why? What would be the reason?
The progress we have made will not be lost as a result of this terrible, terrible acts of violence that have occurred in this community today. So this is the City of Champions.
Police say there is no known threat to the public. They declined to answer if any weapons have been recovered. Charges are expected as the investigation continues. In East St. Louis, Jordan Burrell, First Alert 4.
This is an evolving story, and we're continuing to work to learn more details. We'll be sure to bring you any new information on air and inside the First Alert 4 news app.